Thank you. Next is Kyle Hagen. Due to yielded time, you'll have 4 minutes.
Hello, I'm Kyle. I'm here today with my friend Herman. We live in Fulton County. Like millions of Americans all over the country, I was horrified at the George Floyd murder. We can call it that now, murder, because Derek Chauvin was convicted. Prior to the conviction, he had a lot of support from cops and their sycophants, and I've yet to hear any of those folks recant their statements in light of the verdict. Marches ensued in every major city across the country, and amidst the biggest civil rights movement of my lifetime, just a couple weeks later, Atlanta police shot and killed Rashard Brooks in the parking lot of a Wendy's. We demanded accountability, to end qualified immunity, to eliminate the lobbying power of police unions, and to divert police resources into intervention programs and social assistance, which are proven, evidence-driven, cost-effective methods to reduce violence and recidivism. Instead, what we got was the deployment of the National Guard. What we got was military vehicles on our public roads. What we got was tear gas, rubber bullets, and batons. What we got was the mayor caving to cops, calling out of work with the blue flu. I helped some independent journalists document and broadcast several of these encounters with police. One of the videos my team collected got picked up by an NBC affiliate, so I know that you've had the chance to see for yourself, as I have, the way police use kettling tactics to brutalize peaceful protesters. And that's what this new facility is for, to further escalate the militarization of our state and local law enforcement agencies and to train them in these kinds of anti-democratic tactics. Our most recent example of the police and our elected officials' failure to answer the public demands for police reform, a firing squad shot unarmed protester Tortuguita 57 times while they sat cross-legged in their tent. Autopsy results showed the victim had bullet wounds in the palms of their hands. The cops claimed there was a gun, but the photo of the gun is on the ground, whereas Tortuguita was inside a tent. It doesn't add up. The various police agencies involved in the shooting have not been transparent or forthcoming in the investigation and have failed to respond to discovery requests. What video evidence we do have suggests that the incident was triggered by friendly fire between the cops. No gunshot residue was found on the victim's hands. And we would know a whole lot more if the GBI and every other law enforcement personnel was wearing a body camera, but they weren't. Tell me, how can we come up with $30+ million for a playground for trigger-happy, gun-nut cops while our state troopers have no body cams? And we have people dying in our jails from being subjected to inhumane, filthy conditions and food unfit for human consumption. I know many of you listening are callous to the pleading of the victims of police violence. I know you're more concerned with your corporate sponsors than your constituents. And I know that appeals to the environmental impact of this development will fall on deaf ears. But I'm not here today to speak to any of you. I'm not here to change your minds. I'm here simply to stand in solidarity with this community and with our worldwide audience of supporters. I'm here to honor the service and sacrifice of those who have battled to resist the destruction of this forest, and to those courageous souls who remain committed to combating the continued escalation of police violence. And I want to point out—
Time has expired. Thank you.
Excuse me,
time has expired.
I have his 2 minutes also,
please.
Know,
you have 6 minutes. That's what you had. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, you had 4 minutes. That's what you had. Melanie Silverstein, your next 2 minutes.